Hey everypony, Juggle here. And yes, this is the video you've all been waiting for. Today, I'm going to be rating and reviewing you guys' OCs. I'm so excited. I have such a creative fan base, and honestly you guys have some really amazing art skills and characters. It was a joy looking through them. Before we get into the meat and potatoes of this video though, I'd like to explain a little bit about how this rating system is going to work. First, I'll review the character's written description, which I'll mark out of 5 based on how interesting I personally find it, and how unique the character is. Secondly comes the design, which will also be worth 5 points, and I guess I'm marking it based on how much I like it, since I'm not actually a qualified character designer with any experience in the field, so I don't really have a leg to stand on. That being said though, I do tend to be pretty honest with these things, so if I feature your character and you're offended in any way, I'm really sorry. Without further ado however, I know what you're really here for, so I think we should get into the first character. First up on the chopping block is a character called Manta. His pronouns are he, him. He enjoys inventing, alchemy, engineering, and writing. Talk about a nerd, am I right guys? Alternatively, he dislikes people, brightness, and his past. Oh dear. I have a feeling you can't make an OC without a traumatic past though. It's like an ingrained part of OC making, a rite of passage if you will, so I'm not too surprised that he hates his past. Honestly so real if anything. And here, for the backstory section, I've just been pointed in the direction of a wiki page. Why don't we give it a read, huh? Well, you weren't lying when you said it was arduous. You can call me a lot of things, but you can't say I'm not dedicated. I reckon I'm going to give a couple of footnotes instead of reciting his entire backstory one for one, but I will link the wiki page in the description if you guys feel like checking it out for yourself. He's a phantom-born, whatever the hell that means. Apparently it increases his emo factor, which a scene queen like me loves to see. This is reflected in his personality too by the looks of it. I guess I'd become emo too after a murder-suicide. Manta is a mutated experiment gone wrong by a scientist called Skulk. Sick name, by the way. He becomes one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, typical Tuesday night activities. And I guess now he's insane? Yeah man, I'd hate my past too if this much had happened in it. Overall, I like this backstory, even if I gave a completely abridged version of it. It's in-depth, surreal, and I'm a sucker for the experiment gone wrong trope, so overall not bad. Moving on to his fun facts, he's currently a ghost, and making alcohol with a humanoid penguin? Go off, I suppose. To conclude the analysis of his written portion, I'm going to give some final thoughts. I really liked his lore, it was detailed and interesting, but I'm going to be detracting 1 point from your score just because you made me read an entire wiki page, and I still had no idea what was going on. This, combined with the fact that I think he has fun lore despite the fact, brings my score of his written section to a clean 4 out of 5. Well done. And here is his design. Props to the artist that made this, because this drawing is super duper cute, as well as the design itself. The colors are fantastic, I love the way the blues work with the yellow of the hair. His cape is freaking awesome too, but that might be my cape bias showing. Goddamn I love capes. I think his standout features differentiate him enough from just being another emo twink lost in the crowd, so well done for that. I'd be lying to myself if I didn't rate this design anything other than 5 stars. It's fun, unique, and I really can't get over the cape. You should be proud of yourself. This brings Manta's final score up to a crisp 9 out of 10. Not bad for our first victim, willing participant. If all of you guys' characters are this great, I'm so excited to see what else is in store. Next up on the chopping block is one I'm so excited for. Literally, I'm not going to stop glazing this motherfucker throughout his entire section, because honestly, I saw him and I was like, he needs to be in the video. So, this is Mr. Iorb. Yes, like Matri Iorb, but you guys will see where that comes into play later. His pronouns are he him, another he him are in the crowd. What's funny is that I can see the analytics for the OCs you guys submit, and he him is the main pronoun set by a vast percentage. Anyway, apparently Mr. Iorb really likes media from the early 2000s, which is honestly real. Considering he's a Homestuck fan character, it's pretty on brand too. We get to know about Mr. Iorb, and how he's an antithesis to Doc Scratch, which I absolutely adore. He's a very kind and helpful guy, which is a shame because apparently the kids have to kill him. Well, you win some you lose some. I especially like how he's compared to Nanny McPhee in this segment. As a little British boy who basically grew up with Nanny McPhee and Mary Poppins, it was a pleasant surprise. In the fun facts section, we get told that his body is felt, just like A1C. All I can think about is how huggable he would be, and having seen his design, I really want to hug him. But that can wait until I rate the written section of his character. It's short, simple, straight to the point, and the idea of Mr. Iorb is unique and fresh, just like I wanted. For these reasons, I'm going to be giving him a 5 out of 5 for the written segment. He deserves it. And this is his design. Can you guys see why I was so excited? This design is impeccable, it's simple, but extremely unique. I can see him being a real character in Homestuck, which is always nice when it's a character other than a fan kid or a fan troll, and their design slots in so perfectly with Homestuck's aesthetic. I love his big felt body. He reminds me of the boogeyman from The Nightmare Before Christmas a little bit, and that's one of my favorite movies ever, so major props to him for that. Absolutely wonderful. I'm going to have to draw him some fan art sometime soon. Other than that, though, as you can see, Mr. Iorb's head is a Matri Iorb, which is where he gets his name's likeness from. I'm only realizing now how weird my text-to-speech says Iorb, but it's fine. This isn't about me. I think this might be my favorite Homestuck fan character I've ever seen, and for that, Mr. Iorb is going to be getting a 5 out of 5 for the design segment. This brings his total up to a 10 out of 10. Wonderful character, wonderful description, you should be proud of yourself. We're going to be moving on to the last character of today's video, if only because this video file on my shitty Google Pixel is starting to run really slowly. This last OC is going to be a fan troll, yippee. I know that you guys have been waiting for it. I was submitted a lot of fan trolls, but I picked one that I especially like. This is Fenic Devino. However, my text-to-speech program says that is how it's gonna be pronounced, so I'm sorry about that. Again, this guy goes by he him. I'm sorry for including no maidens in this video, I swear the next video will be lady-centered. Anyway, Fenic likes books, poetry, and troll Fortnite. Yikes, I will not comment on that. Soap operas too, which I can always appreciate. He dislikes being wrong, and troll Space Jam? Aw man, I love Space Jam. Right off the bat, I'm getting some Kankri vibes from him. And hey, what do you know, he's immediately described as a Kankri wannabe in his backstory segment. Guys, I really don't like Kankri, I'll be so real with you, but I'll put aside our differences so I can rate this guy fairly. Essentially, Fenic was taken in as a snivelling little wiggler by a worm Lucius and raised in a library, where he got super smart, but zero social skills whatsoever. Why does he kinda sound like me? We're told that despite this, there's nothing really wrong with him, which I guess is fine for the most part. I'm still not trusting him after dissing Troll Space Jam though. In his fun facts section, we learn that he is a page of Doom. Gotta love Doom players, and he actually cares about his friends. I think that's great. To conclude my thoughts on Fenic here, I'd say that this is a solid backstory. It's good, I like his character and his personality, but it doesn't really wow me. I swear it's not just because I don't like Cancri. Still, I'm going to give Fenic a 4 out of 5 for this section, so good on him for that. And this is our little guy. First of all, I love this art style, it's very clean and expressive. I like that his horns look like little hearts, which I'm unsure if it's intentional or not, but I have a troll with horns that look like this. His color palette is also very pleasing. One thing I'm not entirely getting is where his zodiac symbol is? Or is he signless like Cancri, considering he takes inspiration from Cancri's character? I'm not really sure. Overall, however, he's a cute little troll, and I think his design really matches his personality. I'm going to rate this design a 4.5 out of 5. The only thing I'm a little confused on is where his sign is, because there was nothing mentioned about that in his description, but that's a really small thing, so it's fine. This brings Fenic up to 8.5 out of 10, a solid score for an adorable character. Well done. That's going to do it for today, guys. Some notes before I leave you. The OC submitting dock is currently closed, as I have over 50 submissions and I plan to tackle most of them before I reopen it. Also, I'm sorry this video took so long, school and everything is kicking my ass. Anyway, that's all I got for today. Your characters are so cute, and I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a lovely day.